Hi, welcome to Triple B. How can we take your money? Help you.
Hi, I was just looking for some help trying to make plans to Positano, specifically going on the path of gods.
Oh, Italy? Do I have a plan for you? You gotta try this ham. You're gonna love the ham.
Well, my girlfriend and I are vegetarian.
Ham, so you don't eat ham. Come on, you gotta try the ham.
I'm sorry, seriously, we're not gonna eat ham. We're vegetarian.
Hipsters. Okay, well, here, the Path of Gods, I can get you a great deal. You can do the path with a guide. It's only gonna cost you $1,200. How can you get better than that? You're guaranteed to not get lost. I know you're gonna get lost, so we got a great deal. 1,200 bones. Can't beat that.
1,200? I thought it was a free path. I was just looking for information on what bus to take and how to get there from where our Airbnb was.
Do you want to die? 1,200.
I'll figure it out myself.
It's a weird office.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God. This is a mess, Cosmo.
So that really did happen to me 2 years ago while trying to plan our trip for Italy. And the answer is no, you do not need to spend a ton of money to go experience things that are actually free. And we went to Italy and did that exact trail for $0.
And it was awesome, and it was actually really easy, and there's no need for a guide. Now, we're not knocking guides because they can be very informative and awesome, but you don't have to do them. You don't have to go to AAA and spend so much money on guides for cities. You can do it all yourself and have just as good a time.
We do agree though that it can feel very overwhelming, which is why we've made this video for you, which is going to be what is, in our opinion, the best free things to do here in Edinburgh.
Hi, by the way, I'm Morgan.
I'm Harrison.
This is Morgan, please. We're a budget travel vlog. We travel the world, even though we're completely broke. Anyway, we have so much to see and do here in Edinburgh.
Morgan, you're forgetting something very important.
Oh yeah.
We are a budget travel channel, which means that we are very transparent about what we spend. So on the bottom right corner, you're gonna see a little ticker. That ticker represents everything that we spend anything of our money on. We spend things between vlogs. Those things can include things like groceries, Airbnbs, transportation, stuff like that. You're gonna see that little ticker go up right now and throughout the vlog whenever we make a purchase.
All right, so let's get started. We're gonna go, oh, by the way, don't mind our changing outfits throughout the video because we filmed this over.
We're very fashionable.
Yeah, we have to change our outfit 5 times a day, don't you? Anyway, we're gonna get started to go to the very first place that we think everyone should go to, and it's totally free in Edinburgh, so let's go there now. The very first free thing we're going to do in Edinburgh is go to the Royal Mile. The Royal Mile is the most popular thing to do here in Edinburgh, so whether you pay for it or not, you're going to be going to the Royal Mile. As the name suggests, it's just a mile-long stretch of land from Holyrood House Palace, which is right behind me, to Edinburgh Castle. It was a procession for kings and queens for hundreds of years, and it goes right down the old town in Edinburgh. There's lots of cute stores, there's museums, old-timey buildings. It's a really beautiful place to be, and there's lots of street music happening. It's really the atmosphere that you kind of want when you go to somewhere like Edinburgh. Of course, you can pay for things if you choose to go shopping or go into any of the little cafes and stuff, or you can just go window shopping, soak up the atmosphere, look at everything as you walk leisurely up to the castle, and that's what most people tend to do, I think. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So let's go to the Royal Mile.
Faded in this dark and smoky room, way out, face reflecting bright green, brights and blues. You know I kinda want to disappear with you.
The cool thing about the Royal Mile, and actually pretty much all of Edinburgh, is you never know the cool things you're gonna find just down an alleyway. This is so pretty, isn't it?
I felt the heat the moment he pressed his lips up against mine. Don't wanna f this whole thing up like I do every time. Fire is burning through this silence. I can't take it, can't control this flame we started. You know I'm firing my heart, yeah.
Harrison should get one of these. I think you should.
And I should do this in it.
Bonus free thing you can do is experience the weather here in Scotland. No cost to you, completely free.
Molly, I need to find out what's your favorite treat? Molly,
Not talking, eh?
Molly. Are you taking the silent method? Molly. It was a nice interview.
Cool.
Nice interview. Thank you. Good interview.
Okay, so this isn't free, but while on the Royal Mile, we came across this little stand. There's like nobody in here. I don't know why. It's really cute. And we saw that they're selling vegan haggis. My mouth is watering. Oh my god. Haggis is a traditional like Scottish thing. It's like intestines basically. It's like sheep's stomach. They have vegan haggis, so it's like polenta and I don't know, all sorts of veggies. It's supposed to really imitate haggis, but no cruelty involved. So literally my mouth is watering. Oh my god. It's hard to talk. Okay, let's see what it tastes like. It's good.
Taking a bite. The texture is really accurate to like minced meat. Wow, this is amazing. The sauce is really good too.
So this cost £7. We usually wouldn't spend much on food like that, and I guess not that much, like it's worth it and everything, but still we are broke travelers for a reason. But we had to try haggis when in Scotland, and this is the first time I've seen vegan haggis, which is so cool. So worth it. It's so good.
Oh, look at these helmets. They'd be perfect for Cleo. Look, they even got like little swords for her too. They gotta get a little waist strap for her. She would love that. All the way to the right. What do you think?
You think that one says Cleo?
Yeah, that one I know. I think it's called the pig, like the style of the helmet. So, you know, Cleo, a real piggy.
This is so zoomed in on you.
Water dropped in my eye. I'm done here. I got your message, Cleo. We won't get you a stupid helmet.
Notice this beautiful Harry Potter store right behind me, and there's actually a ton of free Harry Potter themed things to do here in Edinburgh, including beautiful Victoria Street and like all sorts of different corners of the city like devoted to Harry Potter. But we actually have a whole video about that like we posted last time, so check out our previous video to see a ton more stuff to do in Edinburgh, free things to do in Edinburgh, that is, Harry Potter stuff, and just also, like I said, different corners of the city that happen to have Harry Potter stuff that are still really beautiful, like Victoria Street. That's one of the most beautiful parts of Edinburgh, but we're not including it because we did that in our last Harry Potter video, so make sure to watch that too for more free things. So it hasn't taken us like hours to walk 1 mile. It got dark really, really quickly, but look how cool everything is now. The lights are turning on. It's like green and red. It's all pretty spooky, and we get to see the castle all lit up. So let's go do that. Molly, look at you. Molly, look at you in the mirror. We made it to Edinburgh Castle. We finally finished the Royal Mile, and it is dead nighttime now, but we did it. So that was the Royal Mile, full of shops and restaurants and museums and beautiful buildings and history, and yeah, it's really cool. And then the live music too. It's really, really beautiful. And of course it leads you right to beautiful Edinburgh Castle, which is not free to go in, so we will not be going into it. Not only is it not free, but it's not dog friendly, so it's not for us. But there's beautiful views of it throughout the whole city. So you can get awesome Instagram pictures. Probably the best ones come from outside of it anyway. The good thing about coming up here to Edinburgh Castle is you get not only beautiful views of the castle itself, but of the whole city from right here.
So one of the better benefits of coming here at night is that there's almost no tourists here during this time. And so if you want to get a picture of the castle with nobody in it, nobody around it, now would be the time to do it. Anyway, we're going to move on to our next free thing to do. One of the cool perks about going around Scotland is there's these bramble berries everywhere. They are these delicious little black berries that you can find and eat, and they grow wild all over the place. Don't eat the red ones because they're not ripe yet, but the black ones are delicious. Calton Hill is a staple of Edinburgh. Think of it as if you were thinking of Paris and then you think of the Eiffel Tower. When you think of Edinburgh, you should think of Calton Hill. It's often used to depict the city in photographs and artwork all over the world. Calton Hill is the central gathering point of the Scottish Parliament, but it's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. There's all of these monuments everywhere that are just so massive and so beautiful that you can go check out for free. And not only do you get to see all these monuments, but if you take a look around, you get a 360 view of the city of Edinburgh, and you can even see Authur's seat all in the distance.
We've come to Calton Hill, one of the top things to come see when you're in Edinburgh. It's got incredible views of the castle and the whole city, so you can't miss it when you're here. And of course, it's totally free.
Highly recommend not running down the hill with a dog for a beautiful shot, because you will misjudge, or I will anyway, that the tall grass is so tall that the ground is way lower, and of course that happens right on the gravel. So you can see my hands. That's not so bad, but it's probably this piece right here. It's all oh well. That's it.
You can even see all the way to the ocean. It's so beautiful here, and super windy and cold at the top, but it's totally worth it. It's actually a really nice sunny day in Scotland, which is rare, so I'm feeling pretty good. I don't want to fall down like Harrison. Calton Hill isn't the only good view over Edinburgh. Next, we're going to Authur's seat. I said we were going to Authur's seat, which we are. It's right behind me now. May or may not be the next day. Molly's having fun in the dog park playing with other dogs. Everything's a mess. But before we go to Authur's seat, there's actually this cool chapel ruins over there, St. Anthony's Chapel ruins. You can kind of see it behind me. We're gonna go there first because it looks really cool. So let's go there first.
Molly, get out of the water.
Yes. You could have.
So this is St. Andrew's Chapel ruins, and it is something that was erected sometime around the 1400s, and I don't really know much beyond that.
Not too interesting, to be honest. I mean, it's just cool. It's just cool looking. We're not a bastion of knowledge about every single ruins, but there is a signpost here, and pretty much the reason people come to visit it is not really for its historical significance, it's just cool looking, and it has a fantastic view. Something to note about this hike to Authur Seat and even to this chapel here is that it's super crowded. It's like one of the top things to do in Edinburgh. That's why it's on our free list of things to do, because it's literally like one of the top tourist destination things to do while you're here.
In altitude and in
yeah,
favorability.
literally. But just know, like anything else, if you want to be somewhere and get pictures without people around, you'll have to get up really early in the morning or just Photoshop the hell out of your pictures. That's what we do anyway. Crowds like this don't usually bother me because I am prepared and I know that they're going to be here. So when you come here, just take a breath, know that there's going to be a lot of tourists around, and like maybe make friends with them. Scotland's super friendly. But anyway, let's go on to the infamous Authur Seat, which is right over there. So let's go. Harrison always saving the day from litterers. Why do you gotta litter and ruin such a beautiful place,
Like,
you know?
seriously. Like, it didn't blow up here.
Now we gotta be your trash collectors, you dang jerk, whoever did this.
Morgan's getting our ass kicked.
It was harder than I thought.
Molly's kicking both of our butts.
There's a reason Authur Seat is one of the most popular things to do here. It has the most stunning panoramic views of Edinburgh and even over the seaside. It's just so gorgeous.
Like, we've been to a lot of hikes, and this one, you're right, a panoramic is a good way to put it, because usually it's just one-sided, but here you're like on the point. You're on the very top, and there's no trees really. We're in the one spot where there is, so we can avoid wind. It's just breathtaking.
It is very, very crowded though, especially up at the top there. There's like a little crevice where you can go to the very tippity top of Authur Seat, and that's where there's tons of people crowded around. And again, this is October and it's still crowded. But again, if you know that and you're prepared for it, it's okay. If you expect there to be nobody around, then you might be disappointed. But I think it was fine. Like I said, people in Scotland are very, very nice. It's really easy to make friends. Oh, you know what's cool? We actually just met a guy from Boston. If you don't know, we are from Rhode Island, which is right next to Massachusetts. In fact, I work in when I'm home, I work in Massachusetts, not far from Boston. So it was cool to meet someone right near home. It was awesome. This is the first person I think we've met.
Seen that's from New England anyway.
Yeah, because we met people from California and the West Coast, but in Middle America, like Georgia and whatever. That's not Middle America, that's the South, but whatever. Not near us, but this is the first time we've met someone on this trip near us, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hello, Ben, if you're watching.
He's not. He's not watching.
We didn't give him any of our information.
Are you the type of person who likes to hike when traveling, or do you like to just kind of kick back, have a glass of wine, and basically eat your way through the city and don't hike or do anything like that? Nothing wrong with that. I was just thinking about how if you're a budget traveler like us, you pretty much have no choice but to like walking and hiking, because if you want to save money, that's what you're gonna have to do. The good thing is we do like that stuff, and there's just so much to do, especially in somewhere like Scotland where there's so much beautiful nature around. You are in luck if you love walking and hiking. But anyway, we are going to move on to our next free thing to do, which doesn't require going up a mountain. So let's go to that now. Next up is the Royal Botanic Garden in Edinburgh. It's free all the time, so let's head in. So bummer, we found out the dogs are not allowed in the Royal Botanic Garden. So now I have the task of filming alone while Harrison waits with Molly outside. So let me know how I do. It's always kind of a task to try to film yourself. So I may have my head cut off in a few shots, but god damn it, I'm trying. Let me know in the comments if I'm doing okay or not. Poor baby, I missed you. There is a beautiful glass greenhouse in here that's really stunning on the inside. I didn't choose to pay to go in. That is something you'd have to pay to get in. But if you were here in September, there is this thing called Doors Open Days, which Harrison will explain about.
So Doors Open Days is an event that happens in September where there are thousands of places that you usually have to pay for in Edinburgh that you can get in for free. So it's like this big festival type of thing, but there was nothing really there that interested us, so we decided not to go into any places during that time. It's October right now, so can't really showcase that in these videos, but if that interests you, that would be something to think about.
So that was the Royal Botanic Garden. Obviously, it's super beautiful. I didn't show you the whole thing because it's really big and we're kind of pressed for time. To be honest, I don't think it's like a must-do when you're in Edinburgh, but if you're here for a while, it's something that you should see. It's very beautiful. It's free. You can go and enjoy it on the odd, beautiful, sunny day like this. It's nice to have places like this where you can get away from kind of the bustling city life of Edinburgh. And you could always go to Calton Hill and Authur's Seat, which we've done, but if you don't feel like hiking, then this is a nice place to come to. But anyway, on to the next. The fantastic thing about Edinburgh, much like the rest of the UK, is that there are so many free galleries and museums. In Edinburgh alone, you have the Museum of Childhood, the Writers' Museum, Scottish National Portrait Gallery, the list goes on and on. But for this video, I chose to visit just one of the free museums, the National Museum of Scotland. The reason being, it's huge, with tons of cool and fun stuff to do, and it looks pretty amazing inside. The museum houses collections relating to Scottish history and culture, as well as artifacts from around the world. And it's not just a boring museum. There is something for everyone to be interested in here, and there are so many hands-on things to try, like seeing how much you'd weigh if you were an animal. Apparently, I'm a chimpanzee. Don't know if that's good or not. Harrison had to sit this one out to edit while I went in alone, hence why there are no videos of us here. But when visiting, I realized that he really missed out on a lot of fun here, and I truly mean that. This is a pretty awesome place to go, and of course it's free, so we had to put it on the list. So that's our video. Edinburgh is like the perfect place for free things to do. Pretty much all the Edinburgh videos we put out so far are actually all free things to do.
Yeah, it's actually, Edinburgh has been our cheapest city thus far. We've been here the longest and have spent the least amount so far.
Which is very lucky because it can be a very expensive city if you let it. But of course we're also house sitting, which helps things. By the way, we just put out a bloopers video on our Patreon, and it's kind of funny. And we put out another video about what we did on Halloween, and if you don't know, our Patreon has all sorts of secret videos that you can only see there. You also get rewards like postcards from around the world written by us, and polls, all sorts of stuff. So if you would like to consider supporting small creators, you can donate as little as $1 one time if you'd like to. Definitely check out the links to our Patreon and PayPal if you don't want to do that down below.
All right, I think that just about wraps it up.
Thanks for watching! We're gonna have so many more Edinburgh videos and videos around the world, so make sure to subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye!
See ya.